G'day legends, and welcome back to the Mighty Overlander. If this is your first time to the channel, I'd love it if you hit the subscribe button and notification bell, and you'll be the first to know when my content goes live. Now, it's widely accepted that the Australian outback is an inherently dangerous environment, with unpredictable weather conditions that can cause anything from floods to major bushfires, to dangerous terrain which is usually quite isolated, and let's not forget about those animals. We have dangerous spiders over in the eastern states and dangerous snakes over here in the west, crocodiles and irukandji up in the north, and serial killers in Adelaide. But there's a few things that you can do to make sure that your overlanding adventure goes as safe and as smooth as possible. Now, these things usually start before you even leave the home. Make sure someone back at home knows where you're going to be and how long you're going to be away for, and when roughly you're going to be back into telephone range, because most of the time the places that we go, they're outside of mobile phone range. Making sure you've got decent communications. At a bare minimum, a handheld UHF radio could get you out of some sticky situations. Like me, I have a full vehicle mounted UHF kit, which means that I've got better range. A decent full drive recovery kit will also help, especially if your vehicle becomes bogged or you're in arduous terrain. And one of the other things that people often forget is a comprehensive first aid kit. So today I'm going to be doing a full review of the Survival Emergency Solutions Vehicle First Aid Kit and Snakebite Kit. Stand tuned. Okay guys, so who are Survival Emergency Solutions? Well, they're an Australian-owned company started by two brothers back in 1988. So for more than 30 years, they've been involved in the first aid game, basically supplying different pieces of kit for workplaces and homes all around the world. So what I'm going to be doing today is going through the Vehicle First Aid Kit, which is the black one here, and this khaki one, which is the Snakebite Kit. Basically, they work together to provide a good comprehensive first aid kit for the vehicle when you're out on your overlanding and camping adventures. Okay guys, the first thing we'll do is we'll look at the outside of these two units, and then we'll go have a look at the inside. Now, one of the things that you'll notice straight away is they're made from a decent quality rip and tear resistant canvas. Now, this is a bit of peace of mind. If you're anything like me and your gear does get a little bit of a hiding, the last thing that you want is your first aid kit ripping open in the cab and spreading your first aid gear all around the place, especially when you need it the most. So rest assured, these aren't going to fail the first time that you take them out. Now, on the back, you'll notice that they've both got the MOLLE system. Okay, now what MOLLE is basically a military style webbing mounting system that you can use to mount the unit in various nooks and crannies around the car. Now, if you're anything like me with the JB74 Jimny, space is an absolute premium, and being able to mount these in various nooks and crannies around the vehicle means that I'm not using up other valuable space in things like my drawer system, which is used for other camping gear. The zips on both of the units are a decent quality, nice large style zip, and make the actual unit relatively weatherproof as well. Now, these aren't waterproof by any means, so don't go dunking them underwater, but they'll keep the dust out and keep them generally clean inside. The good size of the toggles and everything means that even if you've got things like gloves on or anything like that, you can open them quite easily, and if it's dark or anything like that, you're good to go as well. Now, speaking of being in the dark, one of the things about the vehicle kit is that it's got this really cool reflective bead around the front. Now, that means that if you are in a kind of dark scenario where it's either out of the car or somewhere deep in the car and you've only got your torch, this will reflect quite nicely and basically make it easier to find. Now, on the front, you've got these high quality PVC patches. Now, they're not just labels, they've got some really good information there. First off, you've got your CPR card at the top, then you've got the color coding system that I'll go into further detail soon. Then you've also got these QR codes. Now, those QR codes are absolutely fantastic. If you scan them with your phone, it gives you a few different options. You've got your first aid iBook at the top, an ebook that you can download onto your phone, but you've also got this one down the bottom here. This gives you an option to restock the contents of this first aid kit. Absolutely fantastic. I know that in the past I've used my own kind of throw together ones, and the last thing that I could remember was what was actually in it. So this gives you a full loadout of everything that's in there, and it makes it much easier to restock. Alright guys, so let's have a look at the inside of these kits. Now, we'll look at the Vehicle First Aid Kit first, mainly because I'll go through this color coding system. Now, when it comes to the color coding system, it is all laid out here on the front. Now, you've got your red, blue, green and black options. The red being trauma, your blue being your hygiene, information and personal items, which is your green one, and then your black is going to be your utilities. Alright, let's crack it open and have a look. Okay guys, so when you first open up this vehicle first aid kit, what you'll see are these two clear mesh bags. Now what they are for personal items. So you can see how they're labelled up here with the green tabs. Now they've got decent quality zips that are on the front, and you can use these to put a myriad of different things, whether that be your personal medications like painkillers or asthma puffers, whatever the case may be, but also for extra gear that you might want to put and personalise your first aid kit for your own needs depending on the activities that you are doing. All right, let's open it up further. Okay guys, now opening the vehicle first aid kit up further, you'll see a whole heap of different options depending on the first aid kind of situation that you are facing. Now, like I said, everything is color coded, so you can see here you've got a whole myriad of different options. So all of these red ones, these are your trauma ones, okay? So you've got things like wound dressings, pressure bandages, triangular bandages, hyperallergenic adhesive tapes, non-adherent wound dressings for things like burns or abrasions, cotton gauze, wound closures, adhesive dressings, and iPads as well. So that's all of the red options. All of these blue ones that are located in here, these ones are for your hygiene related things, okay? So skin wipes, hydrogels for burns and things like that to cool down those burns, things for eye irrigation, so you've got some saline solutions in there, and so on and so forth. So lots of different options there. Now the last ones you're going to see are these ones here, which is your black ones. Now these black options are all of your utilities, things like your tweezers that are in there, you've got some safety pins, you've got a proper pair of shears that are there, and you've also got a fever scan strip, which is basically a thermometer, and you've also got your CPR kit down here in a little kind of tote thing that's attached to it there, and this has got your mask and all of those kinds of things as well in it. Now, a very comprehensive kit, but one of the good things about these kits is that these color combination for organisation and everything like that goes through all of their kits. So everything that you get in regards to these will help in regards to combining them with other kits, because they all work off the same system. So let's jump in and have a look at the Snakebite kit and see how that one compares. Now the Snakebite kit is considerably smaller, as you can see here, but it's not meant to be a first aid kit just by itself. You're meant to be using it with the vehicle first aid kit or one of the larger first aid kits that they've got. You can see in here you've got the same color coding usage, so you've got instructions and information in your green areas. All of these red ones are for your trauma stuff, so you've got your bandages, splints and other things, and then your hygiene one with your blue there for things like gloves and other infection protection measures that you can take for all of these as well. But once again, using that same color coding network means that you can interchange a lot of the information that you get from these kits together, and they absolutely work perfectly when you use them in conjunction with one another. Righto guys, so there you have it, a quick rundown and review of what's in the vehicle first aid kit from Survival Emergency Solutions. Now, one thing that I'll always add, okay, and I've said it before and I will say it again, make sure you get yourself some decent first aid training. The kits from Survival or from any other company, they're fantastic. However, they are really useful in someone that's had some good training, okay? So before you go out on those adventures, especially in the Australian outback, like we said, can be quite dangerous, make sure that you're all trained up and you know what you're doing with your kit. All right, thanks very much for watching, guys. Hopefully this will be a more of an educational review for you, and if you're looking for a first aid kit, the Survival systems are going to be in the link below, so check them out. Once again, an Australian company, make sure you support those Australian guys out there. Okay guys, that's enough from me today. Thanks very much for watching. Make sure you hit that like button and subscribe to the channel, and you'll be notified when all of my content comes live. If there's any other gear you'd like me to review, leave a comment below. Apart from that though, enjoy yourself, stay safe out there, and happy overlanding adventures. Enjoy.